Ooh, what up, gang? It is Deuce Almighty, and we are back. Ooh, we are back with episode 3 of the Road to Pro series. And today I think it might be like kind of deep. I don't know. I have like a lot of really good questions from this past week. Uh, my why I pursued fighting, why I moved to Asheville in the first place. And I just put lotion on my knuckles, so they shouldn't be crazy style. My greatest inspirations in life, Muay Thai, philosophy, etc. Um, my favorite skill that I've acquired, or my greatest skill that I've acquired doing martial arts. Um, Pre-fight rituals and getting used to getting hit. Like one of the craziest things that you kind of get used to in this game. Shit, I honestly wanna end with that. I wanna start off with like my why. Um, Really, because it's the most important thing. It's the reason why I'm even doing this. The reason why I'm going pro. The reason why I live in the city. Uh, eh, Second reason why I live in the city. Um, but honestly, let's start there. Let's start there. Why I moved to Asheville to pursue fighting. This is gonna be very long-winded, so like kind of buckle in, chill, relax. Hopefully the sound is better this time. I did mess around with the sound. It was on like 70% my mic before. I turned it up to 100. Maybe it's gonna be too loud this time, but I'd rather too loud and you can turn it down on your phone or wherever you watch this than it be too low. A few things before we start. I got my favorite album ever. Some rap songs. I got the record and that makes me extraordinarily happy. And that's literally all I had on that point. But like some rap songs, if you've never heard that album, please listen to that album. It's different. People would call it drumless these days, but there's drums and samples, so don't. It's not drumless. It's just another style of rap. Listen to it more than once, you'll understand it a whole lot better. Listening to anything once is kind of crazy. Even any album that comes out on the regular. Listen to it two, three times, just to see if you like it. Pick out the songs that you do and don't like. Um, but yeah, and the reason I say so much, I got that from Barack Obama. He became president saying and so I feel like if I say and I can become president. I'm never running for president, but just a thing. Um, say now. Why I moved to Asheville, like my why, and those are two different things. Honestly, I moved to Asheville because I I was living in Delaware, Smyrna, Delaware to be exact, and I love Smyrna. I'll love it forever. It's the reason why I'm probably a professional athlete. It's the reason why I understand the life of being and becoming a professional athlete. If you know anything about Smyrna, which you most likely don't if you're not from Delaware, shout out to 302 to 32. Um, if you're not from there, you don't understand, and it's kind of normal because my freshman year of high school, let's just say football, we were 2-8. My sophomore year, we were 2-8, and then we got a new coaching staff. And from there, I'm gonna just give them a couple of shout outs. Shout out Coach Judy. Shout out Coach Z. Uh, Shout out Coach Marks. Shout out Pops and shout out Wags. Just shout out to them just to start it off. Because they were really important changes that needed to be made with the team. And Coach Z gave me my like a real opportunity at fucking getting in the game, and uh, I can never. Actually, I took the opportunity, but still, I can never repay him enough. Just like the belief that I could do it. So shout out Coach Z. Uh, but yeah, we went 2-8 freshman year, 2-8 sophomore year. Uh, Junior year 5-5, senior year state champs. Luckily, I was actually wearing this today. Shout out, look at my ring. I don't know if it'll. Ooh, my gosh, deuce number 17, which is why you see 17 on a lot of my gear. All right, I'm actually gonna put it on. I've been wearing it all day. Not because of this episode. I've been feeling like this today. I had a really good training session, and I've been feeling like a champ today. So I wore my ring all day. Yeah. Smyrna has amazing coaching. Amazing coaching. It sets you up. They just treat you like professionals. You work really hard. You do the right things. They try to teach you recovery. I didn't listen. But it showed me what hard work does for you. It showed me, like Coach Marks always preach, like details, 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 details. And that's probably why I'm so detailed now. Or why I'm okay with talking about the details now. I feel like I was always detailed just because I was always small. Always the shortest, always the skinniest, the lightest, which is why I really never got a lot of opportunities in the very beginning. I always had to work for every single fucking opportunity, like every single one. And that goes to like getting hit and getting comfortable being uncomfortable. I ain't never had shit easy. I'm 5'6", weigh 130 pounds. I didn't hit 100 pounds, so I was in 8th grade. I started playing football in 8th grade, sat the bench, tried to play quarterback, which was dumb. I was forced, but I don't want to talk about it. Freshman year, played quarterback, sat the bench. My sophomore year was like, shit, like, I want to try something else. I want to try defense. I want to, like, play safety, play corner. And, like, I had better success there. But I didn't get in a real game until I was a junior. Like, so I had to like literally grind for everything. Like I never had shit just laid into my lap, especially in high school sports or like any sport up until you're like 21. The guy that's the biggest, the guy that's the strongest, the guy that looks most fit, the guy that's the coach's son, they're always going to get the opportunity first. They're always going to get the opportunity first every single time. And that's why I chose martial arts, because there was weight classes. Like nobody could tell me shit. Nobody could tell me shit. I've always felt like I was the best athlete on the team every time. Ask anybody. I always used to say it like, yo, just put me in. I promise you I can make something happen. Just put me in. The first time I ever touched the field in a fucking football game, I returned it for a touchdown. Like the first time ever. Like the very first time I started in a JV fucking game, the first time the ball came to me, I took it to the house. So it's like I always had like the self-belief thing, and that just comes from my mom. Like she has never said a negative thing to me in my entire life. Period. Like hard stop. She is like my mom has never said a negative thing to me in my entire life. So I had never had confidence issues. She always just would say, yo, like, you're amazing. You're great. You're like, I named you Moses for a reason. So for me, it was just like, I just need a chance. Like, I just needed an opportunity. And martial arts provided that opportunity on an equal playing field. And now, even when I spar dudes twice my size, they can't fuck with me. Like, I'm gonna just stop there because I'm getting antsy. But so I had to work for everything, bro. I ran track, my freshman year. I ran track from 8th grade to college. I went to college for it, luckily. And that's how I ended up in Asheville. I got a it was the I picked the farthest school that gave me money for track. That was how I ended up in Asheville. Montreat College, they gave me money. It's a private Christian school, which is why I know things about religion, and I kind of understand my way around that. Like, that world a little bit. And I grew up, bro. My grandma down there owned the church, bro. We're in church every Sunday. I'm Bible study. Like I read the kids' Bible. I read the goddamn when in college I had Old Testament class, so we had to read the Old Testament every week. We're freaking going over the things that we're learning. I've done a research paper on Samson, which is when I grew out my locks. Like, yeah, there's so many things in there. I feel like I already answered all these already. Um, but just like I was running track like my freshman year, and me and the homie Zeke, we were the slowest two on the team, and like it was crazy. And then the next year, I wasn't. I promised myself like no. Um, if I like keep working, I can be good at this. Like I was a jumper. I've always had pretty good like bunnies. I always had bunnies. I was a high jumper in middle school, high jumper until I realized that wasn't my strong suit. Triple jumping was my strong suit, and I figured that out like my freshman sophomore year. Um, and my coach, Coach Mark, shout out Coach Mark and Coach Schaefer. They were like the two biggest. They were my track coaches, and they were the two biggest reasons that I'm here. Period. 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 Um, Coach Mark, not Coach Marks from football. Coach Mark, uh, a black dude, was in the military, and that was a really good. That was a really good just person to be around every single day, or multiple times a week. And I'm there with my homies. They convinced me to freaking run track in eighth grade, so like I'm having fun every day, and like we were just grinding. Like I wasn't the best, but I cared about the small shit because I was so small. I knew that I didn't have the most power, so technique mattered the most. Like if I brought my knees up to my chest on my triple jump, I could fly over more air, or I could cover more ground. So I would focus on my bounds, and I would focus on holding my bounds and like to the very last second, and then I started getting faster every year. I started running more, and I mean, I ain't never practiced outside of practice until I started fighting. So I was like, I thought that I was just gonna be a jumper. And if you know jumpers, we don't really do shit. We just joke around the whole time. We jump like 10 times in practice, and we laugh while the fucking sprinters are all like doing their thing, and the distance runners are running hella miles. Like we're like the DBs of track. Like defensive backs in football don't fucking do nothing. Like we barely hit. We just joke around. Like we're the athletic motherfuckers that just like rely on athleticism. Um, but my sophomore year, Coach Mark was just like, yo, like you're gonna be running. You're not just gonna be a jumper. And it changed everything for me. I started running the 200, started running the 800, started running the 400, then like doing relays with that. But it was practice. Like I practiced like a fucking maniac. Um, and just everyone in front of me motivated me, bro. Like again, I was the slowest guy on the team my freshman year. I was the last guy. Like it was me or Zeke. Like one day he'd beat me, next day I beat him. But like we weren't the fastest dudes. We were the skinniest, and that was it. Like everyone had natural talents that we did not have, or their parents had them doing hella push-ups their whole life and hella squats their whole life. So like we were learning as we went. Um, and like just seeing yourself like, all right, I'm faster than three people. I'm faster than four people. And like my homie Maul, he was in our grade. He was fast as shit. He played varsity like damn near like all 4 years almost. Like in fucking football. So it was like having your homie like be elite, and I'm like, bruh, I gotta be like that. Like so I would just stare at how he ran, and I would copy it. Um like the distance runners, when I would run the 800, I just watched the best 800 runners like on the team, and I would just like see how they did it. I would see how they held their arms, like how they, and relays, how they held the baton. Like one of the homies held the baton like a football, and I stole that. Like I even have pictures on my Instagram. You can go see it. Me holding the freaking baton like a football. Um, Everything I did, I was learning from people and that were better than me on my team, and that was it. Like I cared about getting better. Um, and then I just took it junior year. Now I'm elite, you know. Freaking going to pin relays now, and like, and that lit a fire under me, just getting blown out the water. Um, and being like, nah, bruh. Like, what was that, sophomore year? Ran the 4x4 and got just smoked. Got smoked in front of 20,000 people. Like, that shit killed me, bro. And I never really liked losing. You know, I never cared about losing if I knew I wasn't in the game. You know, if I knew I really didn't have that big of an impact. But like when I worked my ass off and I lost, bro, it killed me. I've been crying forever. I've been mad emotional my entire life. Um and that's something like that, like hit me, I want to say like my junior year, when like we were building a really good track team simultaneous to the really good football team. Like it felt like the whole school was kind of figuring it out. Also, I'm from class of 2016, which is probably the greatest like class of all time. So like I'm in that group, bro, and I'm, it's not to be cocky. We all freaking know. We all freaking know. Um, so it's like uh it was just a crazy time where everyone's doing this really big thing, like, or just doing like, we're all trying to be great, and we all felt it. And then I took like some really big L's my junior year that I didn't like. And when Penn Relays hit that year, I just told myself, nah, bro, like we ran the 4x4 at Penn Relays. And I got the baton in what, 13th place, 14th place. 400 is one single lap. I brought that bitch to first, from 14th to first in one single lap, bro. Heard the whole like 10, 20,000 people screaming like Smyrna, Smyrna. So I felt that shit, and like being able to pass it off to your homie and like being like, yo, we got it. Like we got it. And just always trying to recreate those feelings, man. Like just not letting, I don't even know where I'm going because I'm probably on a crazy tangent right now, but I'm really just kind of going through my freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, up until me going to college. So it's just a long-winded way of saying why I moved to Asheville and pursued fighting. Um, but like, and this is my junior year, just like handing the baton off and knowing that we're about to win this shit. And probably like it's a top 10 meet in the world. Penn Relays is no joke, bro. Team Jamaica's there. Like, Team USA's there. They're all there. All the guys you see on TV, they're all there, bro. So, like, just doing something at that magnitude, and we had worked, like, the year before, like, I wanted that shit. I wanted to be better. And in that year, I was like, nah, bro, I'm just not gonna settle. I'm just not gonna settle. Um, And I'm gonna double back to this because this is like where my nickname comes from, where Deuce Almighty comes from, but I may explain that a little bit later. Uh, but it was just like, nah, bro, I'm tired of being mediocre. Like I'm tired of being regular, and the whole everything was moving that way. Like everything was vibrating upwards every year, every year, every year. Especially in track, I think like we were like, I don't know. I don't know how many track meets you have. We were under 500 my freshman year. Then we were closer to 500 my sophomore year. And then we were over 500 my junior year. Then we were undefeated my senior year. Um, so it's like I just did not want to be mediocre. And this also goes back to some traumas. Today again, yeah, this gonna be a little crazy, John. When I get to used to being hit and being uncomfortable, that's what we gonna talk about some shit. Um, but yeah, running track and just like kind of getting it and being like, no, bro, no, like if I put the work in, I can actually do the thing. This isn't like football. This isn't like basketball. I don't got to be the tallest guy or the naturally muscular guy. I don't. And I wasn't. It was like if I worked at it and I just cared, then I would be straight. And that even goes back to like now a saying that you hear me say all the time. Like, do you love this shit? Like nobody that don't love this shit is gonna beat me, bro. Period. Like I've laid my whole shit out on this. Like I left somebody that I was dating for 3 years to move to Asheville, bro. Like I left my whole family to move to Asheville. I I left my mom's, my brother, like I left everybody to move here. My pops, I left everything. My homies, I left everything I ever knew to go chase something that probably didn't exist for real for me. Not anywhere else because all the other fighters up north I know started fighting because of me, and that's real. Uh, but yeah, so my senior year, like everything is lining up. You know, football. We knew we were gonna win the title. We knew we were gonna be. We knew it. I'm starting my senior year finally. Uh, Track is amazing. Again, we went undefeated. I won the indoor conference title. My triple jump. I broke the school record. I still have the school record for triple jump. Um, I check that every so often just to see if I still got it. Uh, what else, man? So yeah, I sports was my whole thing. I had never like I was one of the motherfuckers that never did homework. I never did homework. I went to class, I did the classwork, didn't do the homework, passed the test because I'm a smart man, and then yeah, so I would just have like a B in some classes, an A in some classes, a D in some classes, a C in most classes. Kind of average, little 2.5. um, but like sports was my thing. This was all I ever wanted to do was to be a professional athlete. I wanted to be a history teacher, like a historian, and I'm still trying to do that a little bit. That's why you see all my posts the way they are, and that even will go back to Nat's question of just well, who are my greatest inspirations in life, Muay Thai and philosophy. And I'm gonna give you some like a whole section on that as well. But I just always felt like I was great. Like no one had ever told me I wasn't great, or my mom at least. Let's just say that. Um, so I always had confidence that I could be something great, and my everything was in on sports for me. I That was it for me. Uh, Played basketball growing up. Freaking thought I was going to the NBA. No bullshit. Um, then ran track. I thought I was going to be an Olympian, and I was on my way. And I still think I can do it. If I like triple jump for like a year and a half, I could at least hit 50 feet in a triple. Really, that's like the golden number for me. If I can hit 52, but the world record is like 60, 61 by John Edwards. I still kind of want that thing, but it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Um, yeah. So now I'm going to college. And this story is where it really gets wicked. So we nationals for track is in Greensboro at A&T. Greensboro A&T. North Carolina A&T. At the yeah, North Carolina A&T in Greensboro. So I went to nationals 3 times or something like that. That's the yellow bag that y'all always see me with, the big yellow bag. That's where I got that from. And coming out here, my senior year, right after, I got like a message or like whatever, and it was like, yo, like, we want you to come here, and I just picked the farthest school from home again, like the farthest school that gave me an offer for a scholarship. I took it. So boom, I go to Greensboro to do my little thing. Then I go out to Montreat, which is in Black Mountain, which is 10 minutes from Asheville, and we're coming up the mountains, and I'm like, shit. I'm like, yo, one day I'ma move here. And it had nothing to do with like fighting or sports. I just knew that one day I was gonna come back. Um, and I probably even forgot about it. And this story has so many crazy details in it because like 6 months earlier, my coach like shoots me a DM like, "Yo, would you ever go to school in North Carolina?" And I'm like, "I'm not against it." Um, and that's a part of the story I always forget about. But yeah, we're fucking like we go out here and I go to see Montreat and they're building a brand new track, and I'm like, brand new track, very enticing, very enticing. So I was like, shit, let's do it. I'm gonna just commit right here, boom. Um, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go jump 9 hours from home. I get to go meet some new people, get to go like become my own human. It's a private Christian college. I get to kind of like figure out my faith a little bit. But I was just trying to party for real. I wasn't really worried about no classes or nothing. I was trying to throw crazy parties, go to crazy parties, because that's what I thought college was. Um, and it was not that. It was not that. Mandatory chapel every Wednesday. Freaking had to dress nice, like freaking no math class. No math class. But mandatory chapel. Yeah. And I tried to do the same thing there. I tried to do no homework, no classwork. Well, I did the classwork always, but no papers, no none of that. And that shit did not work out in my favor. And then again, there was no parties, there's no nothing. It's a dry campus, a smoke-free campus. I didn't have a vehicle. I didn't know anything about anything. I didn't even know Asheville existed. So I'm in this tiny little mountain town. Everybody was walking around with no shoes on, and I'm just like this is not what I signed up for. Of course, the jumping was cool. Then we had like our first fall meet, like a little scrimmage, and I jumped like 43. My best was 45, and I didn't understand growth over a season. Then I didn't like really understand growth. I just thought like, yo, 6 months ago I jumped to 45. Why am I not jumping to 47? Not understanding that it's 50 degrees outside. Um, so like really, yeah, I just did not give it a real shot. I didn't give it a real shot. And I wasn't really trying to do no school no ways. So it just didn't work out. I started like getting super super depressed and super super sad, missing my friends, missing family. Um, and like I was just growing to be a very angry person. Growing to be a very mean and angry person, even with the people that I liked, my friends there, like I was just not a nice guy. Um, and like my spirit was like leaving me. Um, and like, but I was also closer to the universe or closer to God than I've ever been or like been then. And I kind of like figured out my whole religion, ideology, whatever you gonna call it, spirituality. I kind of figured that out all there, which is really just 10 minutes down the street here. Um, but yeah, so I go back home and I'm super depressed, super sad. Like I had my locks then, and my pops was like, "Yo, like, here you either gonna work full time if you gonna live in my crib, or you gonna go to school full time, um, or you gonna pay rent. Like, and I'm like, I might as well work full time because I'm not trying to go to school. So I just started working at the dollar store right across the street from the crib, and it's like, really, the first option was I'm gonna just go to the army. That's what I was about to do. We live in like a little army town. Everybody go to the little National Guard so you can get your little free whatever. You get your little Camaro and shit. And like that's what I was just gonna do. I was just gonna do the whole basic shit. And I was supposed to like go to wherever they cut your hair off and all that shit and do all the tests. I was supposed to go on my birthday, and like the day before I cut all my hair off, and like I'm gonna just cut my shit off so they don't cut my shit off. um and and then I the next day I woke up and I was like nah, I can't just go be one of like a machine for somebody, bro. Like, and not even that. It's just like I gave up on. I didn't want to give up on my life, bro. Like they got 6 years out of you. They get 6 years out of you, bro. I'm 18, 19. I'm 19 at the time. Like till I'm 25, bro. Like I'ma just work, man. I'ma just work and figure it out. So I'm working at the little Family Dollar, and I'm just seeing like people that I grew up with that knew me 6 months ago. Like I just wanted, I was just at nationals. I was just winning this. I was just doing this, and like I was a dork. Like I was regular. I was less than regular. Like I was working at the Family Dollar. Like I was nothing, bro. And it just was eating away at me, getting more and more depressed and more sad. And it was just like it was just, I felt disgusting. Like, I felt disgusted with myself. Like, I was just going to give up all my dreams. So then I started, like, that's when I actually started rapping, like, a lot. I was already rapping in 2016. That's when, like, me and all the homies got together and started, like, making music. But, like, this when I bought all my studio equipment. Um, these broken pair of beats, I've had these for mad long. They're untaped now, but I think I've had these for since I was in high school. Um, I made like 60 songs on these. I still use them as studio Johns, but like yeah, I was just a regular dude. I was trying to make music, and I was making a lot of fucking raps, bro. Like I was making a lot of raps, a lot of projects. Me and my homies' biggest thing is like if I export it, it's getting put out, bro. Period. Like if I wrote it and it's finished, it's getting put out. So like that's why another thing I don't get like what like these new or local rappers or everybody just so afraid to like drop music. Like who's gonna listen to it? Nobody, motherfucker. You might as well just put it out. You ain't finna listen to it. Once it's in a hard drive, just put it out. So like a lot of these people who claim themselves as rappers have less songs than me, bro. Like I have 60 plus songs you can go on my SoundCloud right now. Listen to them. Volume 1, which is the story of like my whole life. Volume 2, which is the story of this whole depression episode that I'm talking about right now. Like Volume 3, which is probably I'll write that soon. It has From Me to Us on it. The story From Me to Us. Pretty much my whole like getting out of depression and like trying to figure out like quitting my job and just like who I was becoming during COVID. Um, like that's all documented in raps, bro. So like people not putting out raps don't make any sense to me. But yeah, like I was just super depressed. I was doing nothing with my life. All my homies were in college. This is 2017. So all my homies were still in college, trying to do the college thing. Like I'm working at Family Dollar. Like Yuck, man, yuck. And this is like the day that changed my entire life. Uh, I'm working at the Family Dollar, and my boss is like, "Yo, do this thing." I'm like, "Yo, that's not my job." Like, and she's like, "Yes, it is your job. What your job is whatever I tell you to do or whatever, whatever." And she's like, "You need to go home." And I was like, "Bet." So I leave. I get in my car, and there's like a track meet that day, like a home track meet. So I go to the track meet. Like I got my hair cut off last time everybody see me. Like I had a whole bunch of hair, like, a little bit, like a lot longer than this. But I had my big fro, or my box or whatever it was at the time. Um, and I like go in the infield. I say what's up to the team. Say what's up to my coaches, to my old coaches. Shout out Schaefer. And I'm talking to Coach Schaefer. And she's like, what are you doing now? What are you doing these days? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just working at Family Dollar. I left school. And she's like, huh, you're too cool for that. And I was like, damn, damn. Like, I'm like, and I already was feeling bad about myself, you know what I mean? But like, somebody that I really respect and revere just telling me, like, yo, like, that's what you're doing, you know? And she didn't say it in like a negative way. She just was like, you're too cool for that. That's it. That's all she said. She didn't say, oh, I'm sorry. She didn't say, like, dang, like, what are you going to do? She just said, you're too cool for that. And yeah, man, that shit just lit a fire under my ass, bro. And I was already kind of like watching YouTube videos on boxing and like trying to watch fights because I had been watching fights or fighting just my whole life, bro. Like, of course, when you're like in middle school or back then, now y'all have phones. Like y'all have like phones that really access shit. Like I didn't know how to watch fights. So I didn't know that there was like websites where you could watch UFC fights like for free, you know, like crack streams and all that. I didn't know that stuff existed, so I just wasn't watching fighting. Like, you know, if WWE came on, I watch it a little bit. But then I'm 18, 19. The last thing you trying to do is be like, yeah, I watch WWE. Now it's cool again. That shit was not cool in 2016, 2017. Like, we was the coolest niggas on earth. Like, that shit was not cool. Um, and it was just yeah, so I was just like watching boxing tutorials, watching fighters, and that's when I found Vasily Lomachenko. That's when I found Stylebender. I found them back to back. I saw the Matrix video of Vasily, and I watched that. And then I watched another Matrix video, I think, and it was in the recommendeds of Stylebender. And I was like, Stylebender? I was like, I like The Last Airbender. Like, what's kickboxing? Like, I feel like kickboxing seemed cool. Like, and I was, this is like a little funny thing about me. And in school, I was like the only nigga that throw a kick in slap boxing. Like, I was like the only nigga that ever do that. So, you know, I had been watching fighting my whole life though. Like my older brother Chad, he is a boxing freak. Like we WWE, UFC had all the UFC games. Like had well not all the UFC games, but like we was watching Strike Force, bro. Like we was watching UFC when we was young, bro. My favorite fighter when I was a kid was Sean Shirk. You probably don't even know who that is, bro. So like it's not like I wasn't into it. And then John Jones came up. We used to be fighting in the house. He used to be throwing spinning elbows in the crib. Like we play fighting. My brother's throwing spinning elbows in the crib, bro. So it's like we was doing that when we was young. Bro, I live shit crazy. This road, I live on a road, so it's just like you just hear shit, bro. Motherfuckers in scat packs every day, like and dirt bikes, like shit be blowing me. But ambulance, like but yeah, like so I had always kind of wanted to fight, and in WWE, bro, like that was my shit. This goes into like one of my greatest inspirations, which is Rey Mysterio, bro. Like when people would ask, even now, like, yo, who's like your biggest role model? Like, it was Rey Mysterio. I wasn't like, oh, my brother, like my pops, my mom's. Like, it was Rey Mysterio. Like the biggest little man. Like he just dynamic, smallest dude in the company, like doing the coolest shit. Won the heavyweight title. Um, like he and it, yes, bruh. I wish. I mean, come on. What is we talking about, bruh? And then under that is a hat that I got. Shit, I'm finna go. No, I'm not gonna go get it. I'm lying. I don't want to get up, move the mic, then have to sit back down. That's a lot of stuff. But yeah, man. Like it was it was always Rey Mysterio. I was gonna be him. I was trying to go to the WWE for real. Uh, and yeah, I was trying to go to the WWE, but continuing with the story. So watching Lomachenko, then watching Stylebender and seeing like a black dude fighting like a new that's not Anderson Silva, it's not John Jones. And UFC did a terrible job with Mighty Mouse, so I never even knew Mighty Mouse existed. Like if I knew he existed, I would have been a Mighty Mouse guy probably. Um, but like seeing him do all that cool shit, just like fucking question mark kick knockout, seeing him crumping, like, bruh, I'm from the trench, bruh. I know how to crump. Like, I understand that feeling, like, and just seeing him, you just doing the coolest shit, and he had the craziest name, Stylebender. I love the Last Airbender, bro. I love the Last Airbender. Um, so it was just like that shit was meant for me, and then as I'm like finding this little lane, one of my homies from college, that motherfucker shoot me. He on Snapchat. He didn't shoot me a text. He on Snapchat with tickets in his hand. Like, yo, I'm fighting in a couple months. Come see me. I'm like, you fight? You fight? Yo, so I'm like, shit. I'm gonna come out there. I'm gonna come watch you. So I fly out from Philly. I fly out of fucking PHL. I land in what was I? Probably AVL. Yeah, probably AVL. And I watched my homie fight. And this is like the only fight card that happened like downtown Asheville ever. Which is wild, bro. And it's the last time they've ever had fights in Asheville. So getting to see him fight, and it was MMA. And then seeing another coach, who was Coach Phil, so that's Tyler, fights MMA. Then Phil, he ended up fighting Muay Thai in small gloves. Remind you, this is 2017, bro, or 2018 maybe. Yeah, this time it's 2018. So it's like, what? Like, nobody, that shit was not a thing. Just so y'all know, one championship didn't start doing small gloves until maybe 2021, 2020. This is 2-3 years before then. And I'm like, these motherfuckers are striking in MMA gloves? And then they had this other dude at Rogue named Will. And like, he just walked out hella pumped up. And he just ran at the dude and knocked him out in like 15 seconds. I was like, hey, yo, I'm joining that gym. And like I hung out with Tyler the next day, like after the fights. He lost, so I was just talking about other things. And I go back home, and like 2 weeks later I text him, and I'm like, yo, what's the chances you could find a 3-bedroom apartment? He like, we got a 2-bedroom right now, like, just give me some time. He hit me back like within 14 days, bro. Within 14 days with a link. It was like, yo, sign this here. We can start getting this together. I move out 90 days later, and I go right to Rogue. That's January 28th, 2019. I had my trial class. I did it for myself as like my 21st birthday present. My 21st birthday was February 6th. Um, so I literally, cause I got fired from the goddamn, from the Dollar General. I'm working at Michael's art supply store, part time. I'm getting like, what, $300 every 2 weeks. And I just took one check and I bought a flight, $300 flight. And I was gone, bro. I was gone. Gone. I slept on their little couch for a couple weeks till I got a job at the warehouse. I set the warehouse job up while I was still at home. Um, so as soon as I landed, the first, I got right to work. Like I started working on like the first or something like that, and then I got my check like the day of my birthday or something like that. And then we put the down payment down. Boom. And then the next week we move, and I'm sleeping on just a mattress topper, not a mattress, bro. One of they homies, shout out Kane, bro. You started me off, bro. He gave me his mattress topper. I slept on the mattress topper for a couple weeks till I could afford a bed. Then I bought a bed, bro. My first real bed in my entire life, bro. I got that shit when I was 21. Like my first real bed. I slept on a futon from the time I was like 8 or 9 to the time I was 20. Bruh, like, and that's why I don't let nobody tell me shit. I don't let nobody tell me shit, bro. Cause like I really did it brick by brick. Like, I mean, the stories tell itself, man. And that's how I moved to Asheville and started fighting. Like, that is how. Every day I would work at the warehouse. We had to be clocked in by 4:55. We worked in the freezer side of Ingles warehouse, so it's 30 degrees in there. All right. Some of the trucks is -10 degrees. Unilever truck, bro. The worst truck. Not the worst truck, but the truck I hated the most. There was some shitty ass trucks in there, bro. But the Unilever is ice cream. So Ben and Jerry's, they actually just canceled their shit with Unilever, no? But Unilever truck, bro, it will come 10 feet high. And you gotta take every one of those ice creams off with your hands. And they all sorted differently. And you gotta put them with like kinds. Dog, it was you in a 30-degree freezer touching -10-degree ice cream with rubber gloves on, if not that, hands, bruh. And you get $20 for it. I would do that until from 5 in the morning, had to be clocked in by 4:55, and you didn't just leave. They told you when to leave. So if another truck come in and like, yo, it's your truck, and it's 3 p.m., you gotta do the truck. Like, it wasn't paid by the hour, it was paid by truck. Period. So the warehouse was crazy, bruh. And the leads, the head of the shift, they got to pick their own trucks. So they would just pick the ones that made the most money, that took the less work. So they making all this bread, and everybody else is just writing their name on a list. Whatever truck hit the door, next person in line. So you getting these shitty ass trucks after another, after another, after another. Like, man, fuck the Ingles warehouse. And fuck most of y'all. For real. I fuck with the fairs still, though. I fuck with the fairs, bruh. But some of you niggas, man, Aaron Dreadful Water, fuck you, bruh. You was like, I'll see you soon when I quit the warehouse. Yo, now I'm a professional fighter and you're still a fucking loser. Um, yeah. Uh, I don't know if that explains my why though. My why, yeah, I feel like I explained my why. I guess it took 50 minutes. That ain't too bad. That ain't too bad to kind of talk about that. The rest of it is pretty smooth. But fucking crazy, bro. Motherfuckers would really like talk down on you. They would really be working in the warehouse talking down on you. doing nothing with your life. Like, I don't know which way I'm supposed to be moving. Okay, bet. Yeah, like, I can't believe it. They was like, that motherfucker was really gonna like, he's really said, yo, I will see you soon. I have never seen that nigga again. What is wrong with you? But I would literally go from the warehouse from 4:55 and then be in there till 2, 3, 4, and then we'd call it like our hour break. We'd go take a nap for an hour. Sometimes no shower, bruh. No shower, wake up, then go to the gym from 5 to 10 p.m. I did that from February 1st of 2019 until March 3rd of 2022. And this is the grind that y'all niggas be skipping. This is the grind that y'all niggas be skipping. This is the grind that y'all niggas be skipping. Like, I did that every day. I did that every day. And I worked Saturday and Sunday. I would fight on Saturday. And I would be clocked in by 4:55 the next day on Sunday. I would be in there, fucked up shins, fucked up. The story, Takahide, all that shit. I was working at the warehouse, bruh. I was working at the warehouse. And y'all motherfuckers be like, oh, like, I can't do this, I can't do that. I can't, like, y'all will never beat me. Y'all cannot be like me. Y'all aren't like me. Y'all won't even do the real thing. Y'all won't even go to a real fucking gym. Won't even go to a real gym. Joking around with your motherfuckers in a fucking shitty ass warehouse, just hitting each other hard all day. Like, get out of here, bruh. And it's getting me hot because some of y'all niggas really think that, like, we doing the same thing. We not doing the same thing. Y'all are bullshitting with your brains. And y'all think it's funny. Fucking PKBs, you're supposed to win every single one of those. You're supposed to have some hard ones. But, like, you should not be hurting people in PKBs and laughing and joking and acting like that shit was real. Like, y'all are like, what they say, busters, bruh. Busters. Like, some of this shit make me mad because I really worked so hard to get here. And a lot of y'all be acting like we the same. Y'all barely even train for real. Barely even train for real. If my training schedule, I'ma just tell you when I go to the gym every day. Monday, I'm at the gym 10 a.m. Tuesday, I'm at the gym 10 a.m. Wednesday, I'm at the gym 10:30 because I got to run at 10. Thursday, I'm at the gym at noon. Friday, I'm at the gym at 10. Saturday, I'm at the gym at 7:30 a.m. Sunday, I do my run, and then I go to the gym at 10. Y'all don't even train a third of those days. And y'all think that we somehow doing the same thing. We are not. You're outgunned. You don't have enough hours on the mat. Like, this fighting shit really be fucking with me because it's the only sport where you control your destiny and y'all be playing with it. And it's your brain. This shit not a joke, bro. It's not. Like, stop playing around and like half-assing training. Like, why is niggas getting cut in training? How are you getting cut and you have 0 fights? Why do you have all this, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that? You ain't never been in a title fight. How you ain't never took the shin guards off. You not none of that. You not. And like a lot of y'all don't really get it. And I'm not trying to be some like, oh, I'm better than you. But I work harder than you niggas. And that's why I attain this shit. That belt right there. Like, I attained it because I work harder than y'all. I don't have no magic trick. I showed up to the gym after sometimes 12-hour shifts working at a warehouse. And I trained for 4 hours. When it come to sparring, I trained during sparring day, but I was not allowed to spar. So what was it? From February to May, my first year, because you had to be at the gym for like 3 to 4 or 5 months to spar at Road. There's requirements to make. You can't just spar. I would when they would do sparring, whatever drills they was doing in sparring, I would do on the bag from my very first day. Y'all won't even stay at the gym to watch sparring. If you can't do it, you going home. Like y'all lacking the real shit that it take to be a real winner. Like now this I'm kind of like getting, but I want to keep moving on. That's really just my why I moved to Asheville. My greatest inspirations in life, in Muay Thai and philosophy. Uh, I'm gonna just start with my favorite fighters ever, the fighters that really did it for me. Um, Vasily Lomachenko. That's where you see all of my footwork. That's where you see all of my footwork. He's a southpaw, from Ukraine. And if you know the Soviet style, bro, it's beautiful. Um, and that's where I get my footwork from, and that's where I get my odd training styles from. The weird drills, coming up with drills that you've probably never seen before. Um, and not just taking his drills, but coming up with that with like something that like that works for me. Number two is John Jones, bro. He's probably the best fighter to be on earth. Um, luckily, luckily he black American. He just happened to be fucking crazy. Um, never lost a fight. The only fight he ever lost, he mauled the dude so bad he hit him with some 12 to 6 elbows and broke his whole shit up. And they said, yo, that's illegal. But now it's legal, so maybe they took that off. But he's never lost a fight, period. He had like one amateur fight and then went pro. Uh, and he finished everyone that's ever been great in his division. Ever. Chael Sonnen and Anderson Silva? I don't know if he fought Silva. I don't remember. My memories with fights that I don't really watch fights like that. Like I kind of told you a little bit, but still, I still don't really watch fights like that. Um, Wanderlei Silva, Lyoto Machida, Rampage Jackson, Rashad Evans, Daniel Cormier twice, Alexander Gustafsson, Cyril Gane for this era. He's beat every great in the division ever. Uh, so yeah, John Jones. This style bender. He's who I built this style from. You know, it's just he was the first guy I seen that was black that was doing Muay Thai. I had never even knew what the fuck Muay Thai was, bro. Like he brought me into Muay Thai. Um, and kickboxing, you know, he has a lot of things that like really helped me. Just like saying like stay with the girl that you took to the dance. Stay with your fucking gym. Go home with the girl that you took to the fucking dance. Uh, regardless of your fucking life, bro. You can make your life work anywhere. You can work harder or you cannot work harder. Y'all are choosing to not work harder. And that is why y'all be where y'all be at. You take the short road every time. Every time there's a cure, you take the cure. You is not trying to get sick and try to figure it out. You not using no fucking homeopathy or whatever the fuck the shit called. Like y'all not using nothing that come from the earth, bro. Nothing that come from the grind. It's always run to make something easier. Like, and that's again y'all fucking issue when it comes to this game, bruh. Whatever make your life easy, you do that. Oh, I don't want to train at this gym. They train too hard. Are they winners? Like, bruh. And then this happened this past weekend. Stop disrespecting your fucking coaches in your gym by doing shit that they ain't never taught you. Like, stop disrespecting your lineage, bruh. Stop disrespecting the people that taught you everything by doing some shit and looking goofy and like, that shit not cool. Spinning heel kick. Nobody never taught you that. Like, it's cool to have your own shit, but bruh, like, honor your fucking your crew, honor your teacher, honor your sifu, honor your coach. Like, do the shit they taught you and make it better. Ramon Deckers, small dude, just very violent. I make sure to watch him before I walk out for every fight. That's the last thing you will see on my phone screen before I walk out. It's that, the video of Marshawn Lynch saying, run through that motherfucker face. Over and over and over. That video, and then the video of John Jones talking to Daniel Cormier like, I'm going to hit you with the most malicious strikes I know. Those three things will be the things that you see on my phone screen before I make the walk. Every time. That might be pre-fight rituals too. What are my other greatest inspirations? When it comes to life, bruh, I feel like that's Rey Mysterio. It's just like being a small guy, working hard. Philosophies, philosophers. All that I don't really got that. All of the people that I really look up to were athletes, and it was really just conceptual. Rey Mysterio is like the greatest concept for me. Like, just being the smallest dude that works so fucking hard. Like, he deserves the heavyweight title. You know what I mean? Like, that concept alone is insane. Even though it's made up, it's not like real. But like, that concept is crazy. This dude is the enigma. This dude has never shown his face. He has never, like, he's put his body on the line. He does the craziest tricks, the craziest flips. And not because of his size, it's because he worked on the shit. He's been doing it for long. He honors his fucking... He wears the mask because he's a goddamn luchador, bruh. He's honoring his uncle. Like, who else do I really... Yokun Pan, the elbow hunter of 100 stitches. Southpaw, beautiful footwork, relentless. Man, my greatest inspirations. The man I want to be. Like, and that goes to my why as well. Like, I want to be a great man. I don't just want to be a great fighter. Like, this is just a way of me getting there. I didn't want to throw away my 20s and my athleticism doing nothing. So I chose to, like, keep pursuing that athletic dream. I could go fucking back to college whenever I want. I don't get to be this fast, this fucking quick, and this, like, strong, like, all my whole life. And I did not want to be one of those guys that look back and been like, fuck, I wish I would have, I wish I had you. No, bro. Everything I want, I'm gonna take it. Like, and not on no weirdo shit. And it's, yeah, like, I want to be a great man, and martial arts is a really good way to show you life, because all of your flaws will show. If you are not a confident person, it will show. And that goes to being hit and getting used to being hit. Like, if you don't think you can do it, you're gonna flinch and be afraid. it comes up, it's up to you to decide that this is what I'm doing now. But I'm actually going to talk about that, like not just give you some bullshit. Um, yeah, the skill that I've acquired that I'm most proud of, the skill, coaching. Um, Coaching, that is like my like like that is my shit right there. Being a coach is the coolest thing in the world because you get to like help people find themselves through martial arts. Um and like again, it's like a really good metaphor for life. Like whatever, like I say this in about sparring, you will find out everything about somebody when you spar them. You find out everything about them. And I learned that from Mike Cowlow. But like you learn so much. Like going back to the flinching thing, like someone that is constantly flinching probably has been through some sort of abuse, physical. That flinching doesn't come from now. It's a past tense thing. If you hit someone hard and they quit, that's happened before. If if you see someone that's scared to hit someone else, maybe they've hurt someone by a mistake or on purpose. Maybe maybe their confidence factor of like I can't do it. You know, it's not that everyone's always like they disguise it under I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to hurt them. Like you've never hurt anyone in your entire life. You've never hit anyone hard enough to hurt them. So how are you automatically just going to hurt this person that does this martial art all the time? No, motherfucker, it's not that. You're covering something up. Um yeah, like you learn so much about someone. You learn so much. Me, bruh, I've been talking shit my whole life. I'm from Chester, bruh. I've been talking shit like how I spar now since I was a kid. No bullshit. I done almost got into fights my whole life. I have been in fights my whole life over this. Like me and my cousins got jumped in Atlantic City when we was like 10 because I was talking shit on a basketball court, cooking them though, cooking them. So it's like a lot of people wanna force their fears on you, and that don't be it. Like nah, stop covering that shit up. Cause here we know you ain't gonna lie to us. We know. Um, but the skill that I've acquired that I'm most proud of is just being able to bring someone out of that shell. Being able to teach someone that they are capable. Being able to show somebody like, nah, you're not this scared person. Like you can actually do this shit. You know what I mean? You just got to put the time in. And I don't even want to say put the time in, but really it is put the time in. Like you just got to try. And that is like the greatest thing about coaching and the greatest skill that I've acquired. In addition to that, I think the greatest skill I've acquired really is the fact that I can see a technique and fix it with 3 steps. That's got to be it. I am the technician. I don't think anyone got it like I got it. My eyes are really like I've been blessed with really good eyes, like really good sight. Not just foresight, but like real. I can see something and be like, that's it. And maybe it's just because I've been coaching for 5 years. I'm not a new coach. I've been coaching full time for 5 years, for 4 years, almost 5 years in January. So like I've been coaching for a really long time. No, October. No, wow. My coaching anniversary was 4 days ago on 10/15. Wow, I've been coaching for 5 years. Yay me, yay me. um, but that I think that is the greatest skill that I've acquired is I've been able to I can see something and fix it like that. And I don't think a lot of coaches trust themselves like to even be able to do that. They over explain things or like they just don't have the reps. Maybe it's just that. They just don't have the reps. Um my pre-fight rituals, I talked about this a little bit earlier, but um I watch my favorite fighters, the fighters that I'm emulating for that fight, especially. Um, we all know what we're going to do once we get in there. Like we've been planning it for 6, 8, 10, 12 weeks. So just going back to that, I always talk to my mom before every fight. Something that I've grown to do over the years. Yeah, I don't really have crazy pre-fight rituals. I try my best to feel every single emotion that I have. I think about my most angriest point in my life. I think about like the most saddest point, my most embarrassing point, my happiest moment. And you'll see some of y'all have seen me go through all of these things in the back locker room. But like I want to be a full human. I don't want to just be like this like headstrong talking all this shit guy like nah, I want to understand, and I want to if that's going to be my last time on earth, bro, I want to be myself. And it very well might be. Um uh Getting used to being hit and getting used to being uncomfortable. Um do more uncomfortable shit. Like, stop showing up to the gym whenever you want to. Stop crying every fucking time something goes wrong in your life. Uh, Suck it up sometimes. Like, and it's not me saying that like as like this mean dude. Like, bruh, you can't just fucking wallow every single goddamn time. You're teaching yourself to wallow. Sometimes you just gotta like, and get fucking upset. Sometimes like you don't just let it overtake you. Sometimes you fucking get mad at it. Um, but with getting used to being hit, it comes from a lot of things. I'm always gonna start with the one that's fucking clear, bro. Somebody probably hit you prior to this. You got to deal with that shit. Let's just start there. All right. And then from there, you need to be drilling slow. Maybe if you're a guy and you're like a smaller guy like me, you cannot be drilling with these huge dudes. Maybe if you're a woman, you cannot be like getting hit by these men that are like not holding back power. Um you need to drill slower. You also need to do the thing. You need to be attempting to spar. You need to be sparring even when it sucks. Like you need to learn just how to spar. But this is the real thing. And I'm just going to talk to the ladies right now. Women, I think, need to be sparring with other women. Um and there aren't a lot of women in this game, and all the women that like are in the game are just hobbyists. And they're only hobbyists because they're afraid of this very thing. They don't want to be uncomfortable. And okay, this is gonna be like my thing when it comes to this. Men overestimate their abilities to fight, their abilities in general. Women underestimate their abilities to fight and their abilities in general. And maybe it's society, but like I think as a whole, you have to trust that you've been doing the thing. And if you haven't, you should be fucking scared. But if you've been doing this shit for a year, 2 years, like, what are you still scared about? That is episode 3 of The Road to Pro. I fight in, let me count. Damn. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. All right, I make my professional debut in 3 weeks. The stream hasn't come out yet, which is why I haven't put it in the bio. If you live in Greenville, South Carolina, or in the area, in the Southeast, and you want to come, shoot me a message or comment below. I hope I answered all the questions. No, I did not answer all the questions. Hold up. There's one last question. The last question is, should you learn boxing before you learn Muay Thai? And no. The short answer is no. The long answer is no. Actually, the long answer is Muay Thai goes over punches, kicks, knees, and elbows. So you will learn how to box while doing Muay Thai. You don't need to go learn how to box, which actually is going to happen. Is the boxing stance is so vastly different from the Muay Thai stance that it will take you longer to get good at Muay Thai. And then that's no fucking fun. We're literally going to have to reteach you how to turn your feet straight. We're going to have to teach you how to keep your hands on your goddamn head. And it's a bigger hassle. Again, do not try to learn how to box to do Muay Thai. You will learn that in Muay Thai. There are successful Muay Thai fighters that became successful boxers. I think I could box most of these motherfuckers' heads off. But like, you learn punching in Muay Thai. You learn the hooks, the uppercuts, the straights. Except you also learn how to turn people in the clinch for real. You don't just learn how to hold people and sit there. You learn how to kick as well. You learn how to knee as well. Do not waste your time learning how to box to get better at Muay Thai. You will get worse at Muay Thai. All right? Please do not start boxing to do Muay Thai. As a coach, I'm telling you this. It makes my life a whole lot harder. And you don't want the negative feedback loop of me every single day yelling at you, saying, yo, turn your fucking feet straight. Get your hands on your goddamn head, bro. Turn your hips straight. That lead foot, like in Muay Thai. That lead foot in Muay Thai. We're here, back foot. In boxing, it's like turned. I'm going to calf kick the shit out of you. And then I'm going to knee you in your ribs. And I'm going to kick you in your head. Please do not learn how to box to get better at Muay Thai. Just start training Muay Thai and they will teach you how to box. Come watch my fight. If you can't, there will be a link. All right. Watch the last episode and the episode before that. And if you have any specific questions, comment below or answer on the poll. I always try to hit every single one, which is why this one was a little bit longer. I will go up to like maybe 2 hours. We cool with that? Like, in general, not right now. We about to end it right now. But like, if y'all have a bunch of questions, that's okay. I'm cool with answering them. The why I moved to Asheville and like started pursuing fighting really mattered. So it took the bulk of the time. But like, I feel like I answered all of those questions throughout, the thing. But bro, excuse me. Please ask questions. That way we know what we're going to talk about. If not, I'm just going to talk about rap. Some rap songs. Or I'm going to rap to y'all. You feel me? I really hop on the mic and go stupid. So, like, I don't know exactly what y'all want from me. I've also been reading Miracle at Philadelphia. Pretty much just on the Constitutional Convention and how they built this country. And if you did not know, Virginia is like the one state that tried their best to not allow people that wanted that had foreign interests to become president. Also, they didn't want businessmen to become president. All right, and that's something that I learned in like chapter 2. Also, that I think Jefferson, not Thomas Jefferson. I'm not even going to start giving y'all some false information. Let's get out of here. Thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all like it. I hope it wasn't too intense. Sometimes I get really like into it, especially when I'm talking about fucking fighters, because like you motherfucker, like not all fighters are built the same, and you see it. You know, there's the goats, and then there's like a lot of fighters. You know, if you want to be the goat, shut the fuck up and train. Your ego doesn't matter. It doesn't. How strong you are don't fucking matter. We all know you're scared when you get hit. We all know it. Even by a dude my size, we all know that y'all get fucking scared. Right? See you.